So I saw the pictures of old Thomas Holland
Yes.
as our dear Nathan Drake.
Of Uncharted fame. Mm-hmm. PlayStation icon.
I don't have nice things to say about it right now. I just
They only chose him because he's Spider-Man. Spider-Man is owned by Sony. It's an inside job.
dude, is that what people are saying?
No.
Oh, I was about to say that's a wild one.
I mean, I'm sure it helps.
A lot of connective tissue there.
Yeah.
That you need to have to get that one off the
It
ground.
makes sense. I mean,
No, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's just it makes complete sense, and that's why it's like, huh?
okay.
I don't know. That one might have legs. That one might have legs.
Would you say 8 legs?
No. How you like that? How you like that? How you like your yes and just getting just sliced all 8 legs? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, mind you, he is supposed to be young Nathan Drake. He's not supposed to be Nathan Drake, the adventurer that we know and love from the, when we meet up with him in even the first Uncharted game.
Except for he's dressed just like him.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help
Is
the
it like,
whole...
do you think it's like a Han Solo thing where it's like he just wears the same thing for his entire life?
Right, exactly. Okay, sure. Henley, cargo pants, and then bullet hole, the shoulder holsters.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, I guess that's just the only outfit that he has. And then a suit when he needs one.
Right.
So I don't want to be too down on it because I'm not one of those guys that, you see a casting. In fact, I'm the opposite. I give the benefit of the doubt to actors that get cast. Even Tom Holland, when he first got cast, I was like, okay, let's see how it goes.
See. Yeah.
So if they're going younger, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna, and maybe I should watch that movie that he has on Netflix with Robert Pattinson and I don't know whoever else is in that movie.
Was it Devil All the Time or something like that?
Something
like that.
Maybe I should watch that to get a better feel of his acting chops. Not to say that he's a bad actor. I think he's good, but all I can hear is Spider-Man, and it just doesn't. My brain can't compute yet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Someone brought up a good point because I feel the same way. Essentially, when I saw him, it's like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, look at him do cosplay. Like that's cool."
It looks like a cosplay.
Yeah, and I don't want to be that down on it, but it hasn't convinced me if that's what the idea was to be like, "Oh, yeah, that's totally Nathan Drake."
Yeah.
But somebody else brought up a good point that a lot of his character has to do with how he emotes and how he talks, and we don't get that from a picture. So hold on to some of your doubts until we see him in action, saying lines, talking as Nathan Drake, because that characterization may be all in the mannerisms and the talking and the quips and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Nothing like Peter Parker quips or Peter Parker mannerisms.
No.
Nothing like
totally different. Yeah.
It's completely different.
Completely different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we continue on that path, because it's going to take us somewhere. We need these beers to take us somewhere.
Okay.
So, Adam, please, if you would do me the honor and do us the honor and do the show the honor.
Oh.
Introduce that beer, sir.
I'd be glad to. This is the Knife Drop Belgian Ale, bottle and condition with Brettanomyces.
Yeah.
I totally said that correctly.
Yes, you did.
The Knife Drop is brewed and bottled at Redlight Beer Parlor and Brewery in Orlando, Florida. It's also a collaboration with Ravenous Pig Brewing Co. This one comes with a quote. It says, "Everyone was silent at the sight of the knife at the monk's feet. All eyes turned to Larry." And that's quoted as Knife Drop. This is a 7.4% ABV, 500 milliliter, and that's about all we got.
I feel like there's a lot more to that story than we're
than that one quote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in any case, that guy right there is Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
What's up, Brewskis?
My name is Marco Dupa, and this is the One Beer In Podcast.
Lost to be found by someone to save you when you're down. Yes, I'm bored when it's bright out. So bored when it's bright out.
There you go.
Thank you.
Takes me to a place where I fit in.
My lord. My lord.
The funk.
That baby's strong. That's right, kids. This is the One Baron Podcast, the podcast where two brews crack open a brew and we see where that one brew takes us. This is episode 285?
I believe.
285.
Maybe.
It's episode 285. I said that with so much confidence that it has to be episode 285.
We'll voice over if it's not.
So, yeah, much to get into in the video game sphere.
Yes, it's my favorite console.
Mm-hmm.
The video game
The
sphere.
video game sphere costs a mean $2,000. So, yeah, the Tom Holland news, that was however you feel about it, it was a nice surprise. It's nice to see. Oh, by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, this was on purpose.
Yeah.
Completely on purpose.
For sure. 100%.
And also, shout out to the Nook. I finally got my dad hat from the Nook, collecting my bar hats. So I got the Nook, Sideward, Redlight, and Red Cypress.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I have one more.
Okay.
Yeah, not worth speculating.
I trust you. Yeah.
So let's kind of get into it because there's much to do, much to talk about. So we've got the Tom Holland news. However you guys feel about that, let us know.
Yeah, right here in the comments.
right here, right now.
Right here in the comments.
Right here, right now.
Yeah. But another story in gaming news, since that's what the show is now.
Mm-hmm.
We have Alex Hutchinson on Twitter. He's a creative director at Google Stadia, and previously worked on Journey to the Savage Planet. I never heard of that. Far Cry 4, Assassin's Creed 3, Spore, Sims 2, etc., etc.
He's got a resume.
He does.
A resume.
But he caught a ton of flack because he said, and I quote, "Streamers worried about getting their content pulled because they used music they didn't pay for should be more worried by the fact that they're streaming games they didn't pay for as well. It's all gone as soon as publishers decide to enforce it." Going on, he says, "The real truth is the streamers should be paying the developers and publishers of the games they stream. They should be buying a license like any real business and paying for the content they use." So, a lot of people didn't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine.
Right. So, thoughts on streamers having to pay for playing games?
I mean, that gets us into a real conversation about the future of streaming, because publishers didn't even bat an eye at these guys when they first started, and why would they?
There were a few who did, like Nintendo.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They were famous for being sticklers about people streaming their content.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Fuck Nintendo.
Oh, whoa.
I'm just so sick of Nintendo as a company. I'm just tired of them.
Are you okay?
No, I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of the company. Okay, look, I talked about it last week.
Did your Switch break?
I know. I love the product. I love the games. But everything else around Nintendo sucks.
Yeah. They're very old-fashioned.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
And this is just another thing. Like, the YouTube thing, whenever anybody made a commentary video about Nintendo, they were like, no.
Strike.
Fuck them.
Yeah. So,
But I mean, keep making games and stuff.
Of course, yeah.
But
yeah.
fuck them.
Okay.
Sorry, I've just been kind of stewing on that for a while because
I can tell.
this is gonna sound cheap, okay? But it's not. It's the principle. It's not. So I'm just looking at different games to buy, right?
Right.
And I'm gonna get I want to get Pokemon.
Okay.
Just because you get a Nintendo game, you get Pokemon, right?
Sure. Why not?
And Sword and Shield looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So
good things.
Southie got Sword. I'm gonna get Shield.
Nice.
And just every time you look at the Nintendo shop or anything, like they just never put good games on sale, dude. Ever.
It's never their mainline games. Like,
no.
You will almost never see a Mario game on sale.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
No, they always put fucking bullshit up there, and you're like, nobody's buying that, dude.
Don't throw the baby away with the bathwater here.
Okay.
I mean, they're good games
no,
too.
No. Okay, yeah, sure.
There's
You're
just
right.
a lot of like indie developer stuff or like older games, third-party games, things like that.
Yes, I don't mean bullshit as in the product. I mean, what you're doing, and it's not. You're not putting the grease on it, man. You know what people want. Like, bro, I'm not gonna play Overwatch on my Switch. It can't handle it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Have you tried Rocket League?
No, that seems like it would be pretty fun.
It's pretty fun, yeah.
Yeah.
It works pretty well, yeah.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
Yeah.
Juan is like back on it, like for real.
Yeah.
He just pops
pulls him right back in.
Dude, I don't know what it is about that game. It is perfect in every way, but I don't know what it is that pulls him back so much.
I don't know. I wouldn't have called it.
No.
I could see Call of Duty for him. I could see Madden. Couldn't see rocket cars with the soccer mechanics, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
But okay, let's get back to. So, this is an incredible thing that he's bringing up, because like I was saying, most publishers, save for Nintendo and a select few, didn't really bat an eye at these guys making a living off this shit, because like they weren't making a living off of it. It was just them doing this, right?
And not only that, but there's a conversation to be had about it being free advertising.
It's completely free advertising, bro. I guess a AAA title doesn't need it necessarily.
Doesn't hurt.
Exactly, it doesn't hurt. And then with indie games,
Yeah.
Among Us came out in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody played that fucking game.
Yeah.
They were working on a sequel because they had just enough juice to get a sequel off the ground. And then
It blew up.
it exploded, and now they're like, well, we'll just update the content on the first one. We don't need to
You don't need to do that.
Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, we'll get into the AOC stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of gets us there, but a little prematurely. But she goes on there and she streams this game, and I, I'm not going to say anything about what she does and doesn't know about gaming or whatever, but she jumped on
She is not the real gamer girl.
she jumped on the most popular game, which was smart,
Mm-hmm.
which has got everybody's attention, and no one would have given a shit about that game on a mass scale.
Yeah.
Without it being
Streamers.
streamed.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, but I don't know. It's interesting because every time something blows up too much, that's when the corporations and
They see the money going to other people.
Right,
And they
and
go,
they're like,
we should get a little bit of that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much you've kept up with the WWE stuff.
No.
So, WWE, famous for being fair to their employees,
Sure.
they Vince McMahon, he was looking at the numbers, bro, and he was like, that's not good shit. So he cracks down on all of his talent, saying, you can't make that kind of money outside of the WWE. You're a WWE talent, and all of your stuff has to funnel through us. So you got 30 days to shut it all down.
Wow.
So apparently, the rumor is that they're going to start basically doing like everything will be WWE centric. So it'll have to funnel through them first.
So like you're talking about people with like YouTube channels, podcasts.
Twitch streams, and not necessarily podcasts, but the Twitch streams and YouTube streams and just YouTube channels that don't involve WWE. Like
Yeah.
Apollo Creed has Up, Up, Down, Down, but that's a WWE show. Like it's through them.
Right.
I guess he sold it to him. I think it was his show. Doesn't matter. And I mean, this got so big that I guess Andrew Yang, former presidential candidate, is a big wrestling fan.
Okay.
And he jumped into the fray, saying like, "This isn't fair," because WWE, the way that they get around treating their employees as humans is they call them independent contractors, and
I'm sure they call them other things too.
yeah, if you're an independent contractor, like I've been in my life, you'll know that you can be treated however the person signing that contract sees fit. You know, so if Vince McMahon decides that you're scum, guess what you are until that contract is up? Scum.
An independent contractor.
So, yeah. So and that is all thanks to the fact that he was looking at how successful they were being outside of his machine, and a lot of it was Twitch streaming. A lot of this talent just sitting there hanging out with their fans and building a bigger fan base on their personalities alone. And he was like, mm-mm. So that kind of goes back to the whole Twitch thing in general, where some corporation goes, where's all that money going? Not to me. And so it's got to be going somewhere. And why isn't it going to me?
Follow the money. Always follow the money.
I don't know. For me, I think, I mean, I'm completely, anti-corporation, so not completely. That's a lie. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't want to get into the ins and outs of that.
You say that in your Levi jeans.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to, yeah, exactly. But I will say that, fuck, man, it's complicated.
It is.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but
from a legal stance, he's not wrong.
Sure. Of course. I mean, they own the products that people are making money off of. So legally, sure, a company should be able to choose, who's making money off of their thing or not.
But it's not like if you were just showing the game, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of companies, they make money off of those Let's Play things, right? They collaborate with the streamers and say, you can do a walkthrough of this and show people and blah, blah, blah. If I went out and bought Call of Duty and then started streaming me playing Call of Duty, people aren't watching the stream to see Call of Duty. They're watching me play Call of Duty.
Well, that's the argument, is that you're transforming it into your own thing. Now, there are certain streams that are just literal playthroughs of games, narrative-driven games, that people watch so they don't have to play the game. So in that stance, or in those cases, I see more of a reason for them to, potentially batten down the hatches and be like, okay, you're taking revenue away from us by putting this thing up for free as basically a bootleg. It's not the same experience because you're not playing it. The controller's not in your hands, but if it's a very linear single player experience anyway, that's based on unraveling this story, this mystery, or whatever it is, and you're spoiling it all for people online, like where do you draw the line on fairness as far as that goes?
I think that now you're getting into the conversation of how are you defining games now? Because this completely changes their definition. You're going to have to, from a legal standpoint, I think, you're going to have to put them in their own categories legally, right? You can't just say that Uncharted and Super Mario 64 are the same kind of game from a legal standpoint.
Right.
Because gameplay versus a narrative, like you're saying, are two obviously completely different things. If you bootleg a movie, there's obviously legal repercussions that come from that.
Yeah.
If you're looking at your game, the narrative of your video game, as the same thing, as something that it's an intellectual property that needs to be consumed in a certain way, you have to label it as such, right? So I don't know. Obviously, I don't know the legal ins and outs of it, but to me, it sounds like if publishers really do want to start going after developer or streamers, then we're going to have a conversation about how we are legally classifying different kinds of video games and what that means. Like, because there's no telling what that means going forward when it comes to fucking anything, dude.
Yeah, and I really don't like giving corporations that much power.
No.
Now, let's say this indie game, something like Gone Home, it's a, very pretty linear thing once you unravel the secrets and stuff.
Yeah, that it's pretty obviously just that.
There's no like multiplayer elements. There's no, gameplay loop of any kind.
Yeah.
For something like that from a smaller developer, if somebody can just sit down and watch a playthrough in an hour, as opposed to giving them the $5-10 to buy the game, I'm more sympathetic to that as opposed to, Ubisoft striking playthroughs of their latest Uncharted, their latest Assassin's Creed game or something,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's hard to say which way this should go.
Yeah.
Because I want to protect those people, but I don't want to give all the power to major corporations either.
Yeah.
To take money out of the hands of people who are transforming their product into something that could really actually help their sales too.
Yeah. I mean, it's only a matter of time with all of this stuff, man. It happens every time with something starts making too much money.
Yeah.
And then the corporations get a hold of it, and then it's fucking dog shit. And we got to move on to the next thing.
Maybe capitalism will work its way through this in a positive light, and these companies that do want to strike down these creators, if the best creators, let's say, rise to the top, then
rises to the top. Cream of the crop. Cream of the crop. Yeah.
If that happens, then maybe these companies, as opposed to trying to just shut them down, will see the benefit of them and offer them a deal or something,
Yeah, but what is that? What will happen to all of the thousands of smaller streamers? Do they just get pushed?
Sorry. Go to China. How about that?
Go to China.
Go to China. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to see that happen, but I'm saying in that worst case scenario, if they do start clamping down on streamers, which I don't think is going to happen because I think most modern game developers and publishers know the value of streams.
Yeah.
They know that. The proof's in the pudding. They understand that. Again, most modern ones.
Yeah.
Even Nintendo is kind of loosened up a little bit.
A little bit.
I think.
Fucking
Relax.
Sorry.
It's okay.
All right.
Mr. Nintendo, we're sorry.
I'm not.
He doesn't speak for us.
No, I don't.
Bring it on, you son of a bitch.
So, I think that even in that worst case scenario, hopefully things will work out for streamers in some capacity, but I don't see that happening. I think that we're going to see streams continue. Most modern companies will just allow streamers to do what they will. Maybe put some restrictions on, like, okay, you can't show the last 15 minutes of the game or something.
Yeah, I mean, you would hope that video game developers look at it the same way Nike looks at the street resale value of their sneakers. That they're not cracking down on these companies because they look at it like, well, I mean, we're not doing anything with it. It's just out there, and people are going to spend that kind of money, and it's going to find its way back to us eventually. And it's also putting our name out there and making us look cool.
Yeah.
Like, again, if you get one of these super popular like Call of Duty doesn't, like I said, a game like Call of Duty doesn't need the advertising, right?
No.
But it doesn't hurt. And when you get a guy like fucking Nick Merckx, who is becoming like mega popular, and he's on there like every day playing, I mean, shit, man, it gets you juiced up to fucking play the game yourself.
Get your hands on it.
Yeah, I hope, as you do, that this just kind of stays the way it is, and this dude is just kind of kind of being a dick,
Yeah.
and just let him be a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but speaking on the streamers and speaking on AOC, she jumped on the Twitch platform and she played with,
A lot of people.
yeah, yeah,
A lot of like top streamers.
yeah.
I think Pokimane was one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, I saw that she was on there.
Yeah.
So her numbers at the peak,
430,000.
430,000.
Yeah. It was I think the third most popular Twitch stream of all time.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Someone got in the mill for a second. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah.
Somebody got up there. Maybe it was Ninja. I
Maybe.
don't remember. No. Who cares? Anyway, that's pretty fucking incredible, man. That's
Yeah.
pretty fucking incredible. And without getting too political, like it's just really funny when you see people trying to dog her on social media. Like all these people are like, your 15 minutes is up. You're going back to bartending. Blah 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 blah. And it's like,
I love how bartending for some reason like this scorn of a profession to have.
Yeah. No, it's really funny because you see people who say that and they're supposed to be for small business owners, the little guy who's getting trampled
The
on by
working
big
class.
government. Yeah. And then the first thing you do to insult somebody. And it's like, you know what? You know in your heart that you don't give a fuck about the little guy, the small
Yeah.
business owners and shit.
You like to
And-
think that you're the underdog.
Right. And then as soon as you get pushed to the edge or when you're trying to come up with like if somebody says something to you and the first thing that you come up with is like a racial
Yeah, but you a
term
bitch.
Yeah. And it's like, all right, you've been thinking that's been cropping up there.
You clearly just got mad.
Yeah. Because if you couldn't, even at your worst moment, you couldn't think of something that wasn't shitty,
Yeah.
part of you is shitty.
Yeah. Of course.
And here's the thing. We're all a little shitty.
Yeah.
You know?
That's been proven on this show.
So I'm not saying that makes you a bad person. What I'm saying is admit that you're shitty.
Yeah.
Stop trying to pretend like you give a shit about the little guy.
They can't do that. They can't admit that.
No.
Are you kidding me?
That's the whole
Give up that
narrative.
moral high ground?
Buddy.
Are you kidding me? We said we weren't getting political.
Right. So AOC goes on the platform. She plays Among Us. I didn't watch the stream because honestly, I didn't know when it was. I came to the party late. I didn't know when it was going on. I probably would have popped in just to see it.
Yeah.
But I haven't really watched a lot of Among Us. I've only seen like the memes and stuff, which are hilarious.
Yeah. It seems like a really fun game. I don't have a PC though, so.
It's mobile now.
What?
Yeah. You can
Okay.
get it on your iPhone. My niece has been begging me to download this shit.
That's
dude.
hilarious. Oh
So,
man.
I
You should.
downloaded it. Lottie's actually going to try to get a bunch of us together to play
I'm
it.
100% down.
So that, yeah,
Please. I would love that.
we'll download it after.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really watch streams. I don't watch video game streams.
No?
No, not really. I mean, occasionally I've been known to pop into like a Call of Duty stream just to see what it looks like to win.
Right.
But
Oh, man.
you know, other than that, like I
It's been
don't.
eons.
Yeah, I don't know. It just never really appealed to me. I'll watch like instead of like a Twitch stream, I prefer watching like a playthrough of something on YouTube.
Yeah.
Where it's already like packaged its own thing and
It's edited and
yeah. I especially like the horror game playthroughs because it's fun to see somebody play through something scary.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, beyond that, I don't really watch live streams of games very often.
Yeah, I didn't used to. Even when Twitch was really starting to bubble and you know there was these big names cropping up and stuff. I didn't really until I started peeking into Overwatch League and watching like really big names play Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started to kind of dip into it, and then you start seeing like more and more like just fun people who are on the platform.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then you get your guys, and you got your own little thing, your own little roster of streamers that you watch. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I watch the shit religiously, but because you're right. I mean, it's so much easier to just watch a stream highlight,
Yeah.
or like a YouTube
Yeah.
highlight, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I get it though. It's like it's something just to have on in the background a lot of the time, unless it's like a high competitive thing. You can just throw it on and kind of hang out with somebody virtually, essentially. But yeah, I mean, I going back to AOC, I saw a lot of criticism about it being this clear, like, I'm a cool youth attempt in the same way of the Pokemon go to the polls.
Yeah.
And like this, you know, what's the word? Where they're clearly just trying to get you on their side. Pandering, yes. Just this political youth pandering.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I for one don't find it nearly as cringy as Pokemon go to the polls. It feels more legitimate. It feels more organic, and I think that makes all the difference in the world. I could see her in another life just being, you know, casually playing the game anyway.
Yeah. Let me rephrase. I don't see a problem with this situation in particular.
Yeah.
There is a problem, obviously, when they do that, when they pander to people and it's inauthentic. And
yeah.
But I don't think I mean, the whole thing, that was the point. I mean, it's not like they didn't act like that's not what it was.
Right.
It'd be one thing if she just jumped on there and was like,
Hey,
guys.
You didn't know, but I do this sometimes.
And then in the comments, she's like, you know what's really cool? You know what's not sus? Voting.
Yeah, right.
That shit would be lame.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was
super organic, kind of like, you know, whatever.
Yeah, that, I mean, there was no no. It was obvious. That's what it was announced as a thing to get people excited about voting.
Yeah,
like, so. I just don't see it the same way.
Yeah. It didn't seem like some deception that she was trying to pull the wool over people's eyes into thinking that she's some cool chick.
Yeah, I would love just to kind of see how the other side would do it. I would love to watch like Tommy Lorraine or like you know, like,
let's play Big Buck Hunter. How about that?
What if Sean Hannity played like some real-time strategy game or something?
That'd be good. Yeah,
that would be awful, dude. That would be like suicide inducing.
Gears of War tactics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would love to see
Civilization.
I would love to see it. I mean, you know, they're always trying to tap into that youth vote.
Yeah.
They're always talking shit about the Hollywood elite until they get a little Hollywood elite themselves, and then they're like, ha.
It's pretty nice. Yeah. I like this.
It is nice.
Let me write a book.
It is nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say I wasn't a huge fan of, I don't know if you've heard of this, but the Joe Biden Island.
Yeah, on Animal Crossing?
Yeah. I found that kind of corny.
Yeah,
I
didn't like that. I didn't like that. And see, and that is exactly the difference, right? That motherfucker's not even seen a Nintendo Switch.
No.
Somebody did that, put it in his face.
Oh, is that a big Game Boy you got there?
Right. All they did was make sure that there wasn't nothing crazy on it. He approved it by just going, so what is this now? I just stand there, and then, okay.
Sure.
You dig?
I love the beach.
Is it? Huh. Peaches.
Hey, man.
Peaches.
Hey, man. I love the beach.
Come on, man. I love it. So that shit, yeah. I'm not going to spare me. I'm not going to
Joe Biden
Kamala
Island.
Joe Biden Island.
Joe Biden Island.
Joe Biden Island.
It
does have a ring to it.
It does, yeah.
Joe Biden Island.
I think Animal Crossing is too pure for politics.
Yeah, way too pure. In fact, all I think about is Animal Crossing.
Just in general.
I'll just be sitting at work and I'll be like, man. I wish I was on my island building stuff. I haven't played in like a day and a half.
Oof.
And I know my villagers are like, what the fuck? Why is he in the house all day?
He left. There's
like
so many weeds.
On the door. He hasn't picked up weeds in days.
Oh my God, all these branches.
Wasps everywhere.
Insane. Have you gotten to turnips yet?
No.
Okay.
I know about them, but
the stock market.
Homegirl hasn't come yet.
Okay.
I only have the museum, the shop. I'm recruiting villagers. You know, the fucking The tailors are coming.
Okay.
So
The
I'm
Able
getting
sisters.
there. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lottie was like, I needed iron nuggets to build my shop.
Yeah.
And she was like, "This is one of the hardest things to get in the
It
beginning
really
of the
is. Yeah.
game." Yeah, she's like, "I'm not giving them to you." I'm like, "What is the point of having friends on this game if I
Yeah.
can't just dip over to your spot, grab some iron, and dip back? Why?"
She's being stingy.
Oh yeah, she gave it
Yeah.
to me eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was like, "No, you're gonna have to earn it." Like, no, fuck that.
Yeah, it took a long time for me.
Yeah, no, I wanted my shit up immediately.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah, no.
fuck Nintendo, yeah.
But fuck Nintendo. Look, okay? Look, they make great games. That's the reason that Nintendo's still going strong is
Yeah.
because for some reason, maybe it's because they put all of their juice into making the game itself. And then they've got nothing left for the ecosystem. Because their flagship games are every generation perfect.
Yeah.
Zelda, every Zelda game, perfect. Every Smash game, better than the last. Except for Melee, obviously, is the best. Mario games, their flagship Mario games, each generation, better than the last. Mario Kart, almost every generation,
Yeah.
better than the last. It's like they put everything they have into those games.
Famous quality control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Except for the ecosystem.
and then everything else, they're just like, give them coins or something, right?
I don't know.
And they're like, well, how much do you want the coins to be worth? Worth? Nothing. They're worthless. What are you talking about, worth?
Stamps. Give them stamps. People love
Why are
stamps.
you asking these questions? Just make the thing.
Yeah.
But, it's okay. I'm not angry.
Of course not.
I'm going to be angry. No reason to be angry.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm not looking forward to more of this. But it is fun when it's organic. Everything is fun when it's organic.
Sure. Yeah.
Anytime something like this happens, and you're like, and I think you can chalk up like a lot of our numbers to people going in there just to see or fail.
See what it is, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a good number of people who were just curious, and then there was a lot of people who were supporters of her. The amount of people that jumped into the stream who were just curious.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about if it was. I mean, her peak was 430, right? Let's say 50,000 people jumped in because they had no idea what the fuck was going on, and they saw the numbers and they're like, "What is this? Who the fuck is this?" And they go in there and then they get a little bit of information about who to vote for, or who they should vote for, or who
How
they
to
think
vote.
how to vote.
Yeah.
I think it's a success. That's what
Makes
she wanted
perfect
to
sense.
do, and it worked.
Yeah. I think other than organic, it seemed more authentic is really the word I was looking for.
Now let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
How does this make you feel juxtaposed to the army and the military streaming?
That's complicated. That's very complicated. I feel like there's a lot of backlash from veterans saying that recruitment is a sham and recruitment is misleading and really from the very start dishonest
Yeah.
with the experience of being in the military.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've obviously haven't had that experience myself. I can't speak to that, but given a lot of what I've heard about it, I don't know, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. I think that it's obviously good to have a recruitment tool out there like that, for them to, get kids who, maybe haven't thought about the military as an option, but even that I'm kind of uncomfortable with. Like, I don't know. I think that it's good to open people's eyes to the military as an option. I have a lot of family that are veterans, but at the same time, I just don't want them to be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Especially in like these military shooters that glorify and glamorize warfare as something fun. If you have a vet playing it and joking around, having a good time, and that catches the eye of a teenager who is from a small town and feels like they don't have another way out other than joining the Marines or something.
Yeah.
I just, without them truly understanding what they're getting into, I'd feel a way about them seeing a stream and being like, huh, that looks like fun.
So it's the honesty, or rather the dishonesty of it, that kind of gets your goat on it.
Yeah. I don't think it's inherently a bad thing. I think you can open people's eyes to what the military can provide you. But at the same time, I don't know if we can trust the system of recruitment to give an honest picture of everything you have to go through as a person in the military.
Yeah, and I think anybody, I don't know anybody who's made this connection. They had to have, because it's an easy connection to make. But if you are not upset at AOC for doing what she's doing or did, then how can you be upset with the military? I think from a surface level, because without getting into the specifics like what you just did, if you're saying, they're on the stream and they're just talking to people and saying, this is what you could do, just laying out options for people, then it's exactly the same as what she was doing.
Right.
It's a government body. Hers literal.
Okay.
AOC's government body.
No,
I'm kidding.
Do that.
Okay, I'm joking. God, let me joke. I respect AOC. They're on there trying to convince people to do what they want them to do. I mean, it's not as if AOC is on there just going, it's just so funny to see like politicians who are like, we don't care who you're voting for, just vote.
Just vote.
It's like, you're lying.
Yeah, you do care.
You care a lot.
Yeah.
So, obviously she has an agenda.
Yeah.
Hers, and the way that she went about it is more organic. She was more truthful with her audience, which is a good thing.
And again, authentic.
Yeah. And so, it's obviously the difference, but there's still agendas, man.
Sure.
And I think shutting down the military on the basis that, I don't know. To me, fuck. It's complicated. Again, it's complicated because I think you let anybody do whatever they want as long as they're informed. I truly believe in anybody. People are free to do whatever the fuck they want to do as long as it doesn't hurt other people.
Yeah.
You want to do drugs in your house, man? Do drugs. I don't give a fuck. If you're a single person and you're not responsible for anybody or anything and you want to do some fucking heroin, do heroin. I don't care. I'm serious.
Dupa, do heroin.
I'm serious. I'm being dead ass serious right now.
Okay.
If you want to do what you want to do, it's your life.
Yeah.
I don't think we should step in and tell people what they should be doing. Now, again, I'm not telling people to do heroin.
You kind of did.
I'm not saying literally do heroin.
You said if you want to do heroin, do some heroin.
And I believe that. If you want to do it,
No.
you can do it.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, if you're an informed adult and you want to do what you want to do, that's on you. Now,
Right.
the minute that it obstructs my life, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Or somebody who's not an adult.
Yeah, of course. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Any external, anything that it affects externally,
Right.
that's when it's a problem, which is obviously where the laws and shit come from. I get it. I'm not an idiot. I get that that's why we have these laws in place in the first place. But
Right.
I think that something like this, if you're informed, if they're informing people enough, then I don't see a problem with it, whether or not it goes against my beliefs or my politics. Mm-hmm. And I think that a big thing was that gamers are, ironically, liberal enough, not fully, because Gamergate, but they're liberal enough that a lot of them would look at the military trying to recruit people and go, that's not right. We're anti-war, anti.
Yeah.
Right. But I think if you're on there giving people informed or letting people make informed decisions, I don't think it's I don't think Twitch should have jumped in so haphazardly. I
Yeah.
guess is my point.
Yeah.
My fucking long-winded ass point.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, truth be told, like, recruitment happens through a lot of means.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just that. I mean, that's just the latest version of it. But, you know, Top Gun is propaganda. You
Yeah,
know, you
yeah.
watch that at 8 and you're like, oh, that's what being a Navy pilot's like? Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And, you know.
Well, but that's what I mean. A lot of people are talking about that now too, right? Not Top
Yeah.
Gun specifically, but
People should be
War-
talking about Top Gun more.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that sequel's coming out. It's someday.
I'm ready.
Still excited.
I'm
yeah.
ready.
People are talking a lot about the portrayal of war, especially now. I mean, 2020 is like, are we still making, war games and war movies, and are we still
Yeah.
glorifying
Especially with China
China?
in the pocket of so many Hollywood productions now.
Right.
You know, like them fronting so much money to essentially make propaganda for Chinese audiences
Yeah.
is it's interesting. It's making our propaganda interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that goes.
None of us are innocent in this, man. And obviously we want to keep our propaganda in house.
Hell yeah.
So to see it be what is that word when it's moved to another country? A job is moved to another country.
Exported.
No, it's not exported.
China-fied.
Fuck. You know what I'm talking? It's a word.
Yeah,
It's
people
a
are
word
people
specific
are people
to
are
this.
screaming at their phones right now.
Well, anyway, let's fucking. Only time will tell how more politicians are going to handle something like this. How more conglomerates and big corporations are going to handle something like this. Because who knows what Pepsi could slide in there and get Shroud to do a stream or.
Brought to you by Pepsi.
I mean, and I think Twitch has done a really good job of going, no, this is our platform.
Yeah.
And they're paying, they paid Ninja a bunch of money to come back after the Mixer deal went through, or fell through, I should say. So they've been pretty good about that, but it's only a matter of time, man. It's only a matter of time before fucking Viacom or like some weird, Apple slides in there and they're like, look, you've been doing well so far, but
Yeah.
let the big dogs handle it, okay?
Yep.
Mr. Moneybags is coming, and we're coming for your platform.
Was the word you were looking for outsourced?
Yes, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Okay, I feel better now. I feel better now.
Outsourced. Yeah, I don't remember what the context was.
We don't want our propaganda to be outsourced.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what it was.
Yep.
We want our propaganda in-house. Anywho, I don't know. It's very interesting because with so much money being thrown around, and again, that also begs the question: like, did she make money off of that stream? And if so, where'd that money go? Was she fundraising for the Biden administration? Was she fundraising for the Democratic Party itself? Was she fundraising for her own re-election campaign? Or was she not making money at all off of that? I just fail to see how she wouldn't make any money. But then again, she's not a partner. So I'm going to kind of show my ignorance here. I don't really know how that works as far as like if I jumped on tomorrow and got 1 million people on, but I've only streamed like 3 times. So I'm not a Twitch partner and I don't have any like legitimacy or anything, but my numbers went through the fucking roof.
Right.
Do I make money off of that? I mean, I make money off of anybody who's actually giving me donations.
Sure.
But the numbers themselves, I don't know.
I don't know.
How that works.
Let's do some investigative journalism.
Investigative journalism. Well, I think that's all we got for that.
I think so.
Yeah. Is that all we had?
I think so.
Okay, before we do that, let's just give a nice quick little. You guys should watch. Everybody, if you're fans of the show, we touch on the fight game a little bit, and this weekend is UFC 254. Hold on, give me a second. I don't know him off the top of my head, okay?
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break.
I've got a hard enough time remembering our
Try.
show numbers.
He tries so hard. He goes so hard. So, UFC 254. I was right, actually.
Wow.
Bam. The main event is Khabib, the Eagle, Nurmagomedov versus Justin Gaethje. But this card is kind of crazy, okay? Robert Whittaker versus Jared Cannonier. Alexander Volkov versus Walt Harris. Actually, Volkov should beat the shit out of him. But Eddie, friend of the show, jumped on and said, if you're a betting man, you might want to put your money on Justin Gaethje. Because he's a currently, as of the time of this recording, a plus 230 underdog. So you can make a lot. You make a little couple of dollars. Yeah, a couple of dollars if you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Yep.
Or you can just sit back and you can enjoy the fights. But this is gonna be pretty fucking huge, because I was watching something, and Khabib is talking about if he gets to 30-0, that might be it.
That's it.
Yeah. So if he beats Justin Gaethje, it's one fight away, man.
Yeah.
One fight,
Real
and he's not
close.
gonna go back and fight Conor again. He's so adverse to fighting Conor. It's crazy. Anytime he won't even say his name. He's like, this guy. Anytime they bring up Conor, it's this guy.
He's just this guy.
This guy. I smashed this guy already. I don't fight. I don't care about this guy. This guy, I smash him already. I smash his face. I teach him lesson. I don't fight this
You
guy.
can work on that accent?
Can you tell?
I can. Yeah. It's really good. If I close my eyes,
I've
I
been
feel like he's
watching
right
a
here.
lot of his clips to try to get that down. So yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun. So UFC 254 this weekend. Dana White's not paying us. I wish he was.
It'd be nice.
It would be real nice.
Pay for some chicken wings or something.
By God.
Paka.
All right. Let's review this beer and get the fuck out of here.
All right. We have the Knife Drop Belgian Ale, bottled and conditioned in Brettanomyces, which again I'm sure I'm pronouncing correctly.
Yeah.
It's a Redlight, and Ravenous Pig collabo to breweries in the Orlando area that we enjoy.
I think it's 7.5.
It is a 7.4. Very close. Yeah. And you can pick this up at Redlight and Ravenous Pig. Which Ravenous Pig just opened up their beer garden area. That looks really cool. Haven't been there yet, but looks really cool. We're all about being safe out there while you're enjoying your drinks.
Mask up, social distance.
Yes, outdoor seating is preferred, so check them out.
6 feet away.
Yes.
What'd you think?
It's pretty good. It's Funky Boy, and you have to like the funk in order to enjoy this.
That's for sure.
So that being said, I mean, I liked it a lot. I didn't love it. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 4.5.
All right.
Funky, still tasty. It's not off-putting, but not quite my jam. But still, pretty tasty.
I think the funk of this beer cannot be overstated. It's not a turnoff, but if you don't like that, like what's a good example
Of a funky beer?
Yeah, just off the just something to compare to for people.
If you've ever had like a farmhouse ale, if you've ever had like it has like a fermented kind of funk to it.
Yes.
You have to like that umami.
Yes. That's it. That's yeah. So you have to be into that. If not, this isn't going to go down well.
I'm assuming that's the Brettanomyces.
Yeah.
In there, yeah.
That word that you've pronounced correctly all 3 times.
Brettanomyces, yeah.
Yeah. Let me see it.
Brettanomyces. It's on that side. Right?
Maybe.
Am I right?
Yeah. You know what? Brettanomyces. Brettanomyces. I'm gonna put it into the computer and see if it knows. A+ content right here.
Hey, computer.
It's a fungus.
Nice.
Good call. That's where you let's see. Pronunciation.
Home of the funk.
Brettanomyces.
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 So you gonna say it again? How can a video like this, dude, get 1 thumbs down? 3 people voted. 2 people were like, "Yeah, that's how you say it." Then 1 person was like,
Nah.
"That ain't it. That ain't it."
Nope.
Brettanomyces. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. So 4.5 for you, sir. 4 for me. I actually didn't say my score, but a 4. Because the funk was a little much. Little much. I appreciate what it is, what they're going for, but I personally couldn't see myself getting that again.
Fair.
I mean, it's just for the kind, the flavor, the ABV. I mean, there's better options.
There's so many other beers,
Yeah,
but not bad.
but not bad. 4.5 and a 4. Think we got it?
I think we got it.
Then let's go. This has been the One Baron Podcast for myself, Marco Dupa, for Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
Don't be sus.
Thank you guys for listening. Drink delicious beer. Like, share, and subscribe everywhere podcasts are sold. Listen to, watch, yada, yada, yada. And have a beautiful evening.
We love you.
Got it.
Brettanomyces.